Hello and welcome back to your South King County real estate update. Apologies for the delay. I had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but I got it figured out and I'm here to bring you your weekly real estate news. So I will go ahead and jump right into the slides. So my name's Sarah Eggleston, and what just happened? Oh, okay, that was weird. Okay, my name's Sarah Eggleston with Stonehenge Realty at John L. Scott, and I deliver your local South King County real estate news for each week on Fridays at 3 p.m. So thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. And I'll go ahead and jump into it for July 2nd. First off, I want to wish a big congratulations to Ruby Yu. We have, she was the winner of the $500 gift certificate, Lodge gift certificate. I have a competition that is going to be consistently running with drawings every 6 months. So June 1st or 2nd and January 1st or 2nd, the drawings will take place. And there are 2 ways to enter. If you send a referral to me, you'll get 3 entries into the competition. And for each review on Google, Google, Facebook, or Zillow, 1 entry per platform, but you can get up to 3 entries there for the trip. So, and there's no limit on the referral entries. So send me if you have any friends or family members who want to buy or sell real estate in Washington or really anywhere, I can help connect people with great agents all over the nation. So just let me know and we'll make it happen. Shortly after this live video, in the description, there will be links to leave a review, send a referral, and the supplemental, resources for this show, the news articles. So what happened this week? So this week was kind of an exciting week. We had seemed like a lot of buyer activity around last weekend. At least for me, I ended up writing a couple offers last weekend. Didn't get either one accepted, but it's we're gonna head to we're gonna put another offer in for this couple coming up here. So I'm really excited about that. I've had another agent reach out to me and say, hey, I have a buyer for my listing. I don't want to do double sides, and reached out to me to see if I wanted to help represent the buyer, which of course I do. And yeah, it's just, I've been hearing so many buyer wins in the last, increasingly over the last few weeks. So this past week, I've heard so many fun stories about clients getting their offer accepted when they didn't expect to, or at a lower price. So it's really encouraging to hear. Plus, this past week, we had on June 30th was the first day of the new section of coronavirus protocols for Washington State. I think it's Healthy Washington or something. But we do have some real estate guidance on that. So I'll go ahead and jump into that shortly, or right now. So this was just released on June 30th. There are, throughout the pandemic, Washington Realtors has issued this frequently asked questions document. So I just took a couple snippets from that I thought would be interesting or relevant. So brokers must adhere to any requests that the seller has for viewing their home. So a seller, if they want everyone to wear masks, fine, everyone has to wear masks in that seller's home. And really, the hand sanitizing and masks, that's been going on for so long, and I think it's kind of natural for us in the industry to just like put our mask on before we enter a house now. So I don't think this will be really, I don't think you'll see any changes as far as how showings are done and all that. But in office, there for consumers visiting a real estate office, firms can require consumers to wear a face covering. They can require consumers who are can allow consumers who are fully vaccinated to not wear a face covering, either after providing proof or based on the honor system. It's up to the brokerage how they want to run their office. For brokers and employees, firms can require all brokers and employees to wear a face covering, or fully vaccinated people can allow fully vaccinated people to not wear a face covering if they show a photo vaccination or show a vaccination card, proof of vaccination, documentation from a health care provider, state record, or providing a signed document attesting to that. So employees and brokers aren't on the honor system. And if they do kind of do the honor system, you have to sign something attesting that you are fully vaccinated. Otherwise, you have to wear a mask. And yeah, I said this a second ago, but all persons must wear a face covering if instructed to do so by the seller or listing broker. And people are considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after the second dose of Pfizer or Moderna, or 2 weeks after the Johnson & Johnson. So home prices jump at the fastest pace in more than 15 years. So this April, it jumped at the fastest pace since 2005. And so we jumped 15% in April from the previous year. And that's up from 13.4% in March. These numbers are kind of lagged because these are coming from, Seattle Times news articles where information comes out at least a week into the next month for the previous month, but some numbers are released close to the end of the month for the month prior. So these are just numbers that are coming out now. So that's why we are reporting on sort of old numbers. But came out on June 29th, so just on Tuesday. And we expect to see lagging data when we're reading it in the newspaper. So in May, the number of homes available ticked up slightly to 1.23 million, but it was still down 21% compared with a year earlier. So the sales of existing homes have fallen for 4 straight months because there's like lack of inventory. There's not a lot to choose from, a ton of competition. The last couple of weeks we've talked about buyer fatigue. People put in 10 offers and not get any accepted, and they're like, okay, I'm done. I need a break. So I think we're seeing a lot of that right now, but nationwide, the time on market is still just 17 days on average, which it's way quicker in our area, but to see that on the national level is just kind of nuts. And that brings us to our local market stat minute. And if you look at our new listings, 472, that has plummeted from last week. However, the 4th of July is on Sunday, and anytime there's a holiday like that, there's going to be fewer listings coming on leading up to that. I know that I've heard from at least 2 other brokers that postpone their listings coming on the market because of the holiday coming up. So there's not as much buyer traffic on a holiday weekend because people are out doing things and spending time with family and traveling. So our pending listings and sold listings did remain fairly close to where they were the week before. But yeah, these new listings just plummeted. But don't worry, that's pretty much mostly due to the holiday. And then our monthly stats for June just came out from Chairman and CEO J. Lennox Scott, Chairman and CEO of John L. Scott. It's all about each listing, he says. And you can see we're in extreme frenzy price points for everything under $1 million, and $1 million is still frenzy. Overall, we have 0.3 months supply on the market. So that is not a lot of homes. So this is a theoretical number. If no more homes came on the market starting now, and the homes kept selling at the same pace, we'd run out of homes in 0.3 months. And 89.5% are going pending in the first 30 days. So things are moving fast. A lot of times the best homes, the best deals are only on the market for 2, 3, 4 days. So it is definitely a challenging market. And this is our new resale listings. This is kind of what we consider the housing cycle. We start out in January with not very much inventory. More homes come on the market. We have the most homes come on the market in May, June, April, May, June, July. And then we start to dwindle down on our inventory towards December, this on a normal year. Obviously, the red line here was last year, and that was not a normal year. So last month, when we saw this tick down, I was quite surprised that we had a reduction in new listings in our market from April to May, because that's just something we don't usually see, but it has gone back up this month. So I believe I did make that prediction on the video last month, but it did in fact go back up and is kind of meeting up with the normal trend. As for showings, July 1st, we have a little bit of a tick down from earlier in the week, but overall, nationwide, as far as showings, we are staying pretty consistent. And if you remember last week, we talked about how interest rates had risen to the highest levels in 2 months to 3.02. This week, for the weekly average, our mortgage rates have dipped down below 3% to 2.98. And so I did really like this quote from the housing analyst at Housing Wire. We have had a tug of war on the bond market for some time now, and we should be able to have strong enough job gains to get all the jobs lost from COVID back by September 2022 or earlier. However, the bond market already knows this, and we still are at 1.45%. Keep a focus on the bond market jobs on Friday. Not so much on the initial reaction to the report, but where we close. So we did have a big report come out today. So if we look at our numbers today, they actually did go down slightly from yesterday. But as I said, as I've said on a couple of these shows, the weekly average that's published by Seattle Times, Washington Post, all of those, that weekly average is basically a Monday to Monday comparison, and then it comes out on Thursday. So between Monday and Thursday, interest rates went up. But then this article comes out saying that interest rates are lower. So it's just this weekly average thing, I think, is confusing a lot of people. And when the rates are as volatile as they've been recently, it's not really a good gauge of where things are at in the present moment. But we do expect interest rates to rise over the next year or two. So be aware that as interest rates rise, a buyer's purchasing power does go down. So for each percentage in interest rates that each percentage that interest rates rise, that affects a buyer's buying power 10 to 12%. So at 3.25% for just under $3,000 a month payment. This one sold for $681,875. Brand new construction, 4-bedroom, 2,100 square feet. This one over here at 4.25 is what you could afford with just under a $3,000 monthly payment. So that would bring us to $590. And this is, you know, built in 2003, not brand new construction, still 4-bed, 2.5-bath, but smaller, not updated, just kind of a dated looking home compared to the new construction over here for the same monthly payment. So just be aware that as interest rates rise, that'll affect buying power. And a happy 4th of July to all of you. It is this coming Sunday, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with some friends and family. I hope you are too. So I did dress up in my red, white, and blue little, I was feeling a little festive today, getting ready for 4th of July. So thank you so much for joining me. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My phone number and email address are on the screen there. I really do love talking about real estate, so let me know what your questions are. And if there's anything you'd like to see added to the show or just feedback on the show in general, I'd love to hear it. And yeah, like, let's just have a conversation. So reach out. I would love to hear from you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back here next Friday at 3 p.m. with your South King County real estate news. My name is Sarah Eggleston with Stone Egg Realty at John L. Scott. Have a fantastic week and a fantastic 4th, and I'll see you next Friday.